Hey guys, welcome to Football Fantasy 11. Right now, I'm gonna talk about English Premier League match between Manchester City and Newcastle United. This match will be crucial for both City and Newcastle United as both of them are tied with 41 points, and whoever wins in this particular game will have the opportunity to go into the top 4 spot. Last game, Chelsea were been already been defeated by Brighton, and this match, Man City and Newcastle, both of them will be having an opportunity to overtake Chelsea and reach to the top 4 spot. And when we come with the head-to-head stats, we could see that Manchester City is having an upper edge over Newcastle United, as Newcastle United have just one win in the last 14 games against Manchester City. So that means Man City's record against Newcastle is pretty good. But when we come by the recent performance of both City and Newcastle, we could see this game to be a tricky game, as both of them have the opportunity to score goals or both of them have the ability to win in this particular game. And when we compare the last 32 games between each other, 25 matches was won by Man City, 4 games end up in a draw, and 3 matches was won by Newcastle United. And when we compare the defensive stats, we could see that Manchester City haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 6 games. So they are conceding a lot of goals, and I'm expecting Newcastle United to score goal in this particular game. And the last game, when the Newcastle and Manchester City meet, they have end up in a 1-1 draw, where Gordon was the goal scorer for Newcastle United and Guardiola was the goal scorer for Man City. And the game before that, Man City defeated Newcastle United 2-0, where Bernardo Silva scored a brace. Then Newcastle were being defeated by Man City 3-2, where Isaac and Gordon were the goal scorers for Newcastle United. Silva, De Bruyne, Bob were the goal scorers for Manchester City. And the game before that, Newcastle and Man City end up in a 1-0 win for Newcastle, where Isaac was a goal scorer for Newcastle United. And when we compare the league season so far, Man City is currently 5th in the table. They have won 12 games, drawn 5 games and lost 7 games. They are scoring at a rate of 2 goals per match and they are conceding at a rate of 1.46 goals per match. On the other hand, Newcastle United is currently 6th in the table. They are in the similar kind of stats. They have won 12 games, drawn 5 games, lost 7 games. And they are scoring at a rate of 1.75 goals per match and they are conceding at a rate of 1.21 goals per match. That means Man City in the 24 games have scored 48 goals. Newcastle have scored only 42 goals. That means Man City have 6 goals above Newcastle United. On the other hand, Manchester City have conceded 35 goals and Newcastle have conceded only 29 goals. That means Man City is having 6 goals against, means Manchester City have 6 goals conceded above Newcastle. So this stat seems to be a tricky one, as Manchester City have 6 goals above Newcastle United and Newcastle United have conceded 6 goals less than Manchester City. Now we are going to check out the team overview of both Man City and Newcastle United. Man City in the last 5 games, City were being defeated by Real Madrid 3-2. Man City defeated Leyton Orient 2-1. Arsenal defeated Man City 5-1. Man City have defeated Club Brugge 3-1. Man City have defeated Chelsea 3-1. When it comes to the goal stats, Haaland top the list with 19 goals, Foden with 7 goals, Guardiola with 5 goals, Kovacic with 4 goals and Doku with 3 goals. And when it comes to assists, De Bruyne top the list with 6 assists, Savinho with 6 assists, Bernardo Silva, Doku and Nunes, each of them have 4 assists. Now when it comes to the Newcastle side, in the last 5 games, Newcastle defeated Birmingham 3-2, Newcastle defeated Arsenal 2-1, Fulham defeated Newcastle 2-1, Newcastle defeated Southampton 3-1, Bournemouth defeated Newcastle 4-1. When it comes to the goal stats, Isaac topped the list with 17 goals, Gordon with 6 goals, Barnes with 5 goals, Murphy and Joelton both of them have 4 goals, Guimaraes and Schär each of them have 2 goals. When it comes to assists, Murphy have 8 assists, Bruno Guimaraes have 6 assists, Gordon and Isaac have 5 assists, Hall have 3 assists. Now we are going to check out the key players of both Manchester City and Newcastle United. Manchester City, since the signing of Marmoush, they have actually changed their formation, and the main thing is that Man City, since they were being conceding a lot of goals recently, they have switched back to 4-2-3-1 kind of a formation. Earlier they play in 3-1-4-1 kind of a formation. So right now they have switched that. They have been playing like 4-2-3-1 kind of a formation. In that, Haaland will be the crucial player for Man City. Haaland is consistently scoring goals for City, and Haaland have 19 goals and 2 assists in his name. Then Guardiola is a key attacker of Manchester City. Even though he plays as a defensive wingback, he has the ability to score goals, and he currently have 5 goals so far for Manchester City. Then Foden is another key player of Manchester City. Foden is regularly performing for Manchester City in the recent games. So Foden will be the key attacker, and Foden currently have 7 goals and 2 assists in his name. Then De Bruyne or Bernardo Silva. I'm not sure whether De Bruyne will start in this particular game. If he starts, then he will be a must-pick player for Man City. He have an issue with his fitness. He won't be playing 90 minutes. He will be getting substituted in the last game also against Real Madrid. When he was in the field, Manchester City was performing pretty well. So De Bruyne, he is a pretty good player, but his fitness is an issue. De Bruyne currently have 6 assists so far in his name. On the other hand, Bernardo Silva's form is not that pretty good for Manchester City. When we compare Silva with the previous season, he is in a pretty much kind of a dip in this particular season. Bernardo Silva have 4 assists and 2 goals in his name. Then Savinho or Nunes. Savinho is a player who have the ability to provide continuous assists for Manchester City. Savinho even provided an assist in the last game against Real Madrid as well. Savinho have 6 assists and 1 goal in his name. And Nunes is an midfield player of Manchester City, but he is being used flexibly by Pep. He is playing as a wingback right now, and Nunes have the ability to provide assists for Manchester City, and he currently have 4 assists in his name. Kovacic is another key midfielder of Manchester City, and Kovacic in this particular season is he has started to score goals. He currently have 4 goals and 1 assist in his name. Then Lewis is another key defender of Manchester City. If he plays, he have the ability to provide goals or even assist, and Lewis currently have 2 assists in his name. So these are the key players of Man City, and when it comes to the Newcastle side, they actually play in 4-3-3 kind of a formation. In that, Isak is the most valuable player of Newcastle United, and Isak is continuously scoring goals for Newcastle. Isak currently have 17 goals and 5 assists in his name. Then Murphy is a key player of Newcastle United. When it comes to the recent games, we could see that Murphy is continuously performing for Newcastle. And Murphy have 4 goals and 8 assists in his name. Then Gordon is another key attacker of Newcastle side. He have the ability to score goals or even assist. And Gordon was the player who have actually scored goal against Manchester City in the last game. And Gordon currently have 6 goals and 5 assists in his name. Then Bruno Guimaraes is another key midfield of Newcastle. He can provide points for his defensive quality as well as for his offensive quality. Bruno Guimaraes have 6 assists and 2 goals in his name. Then Willock or Tonali, both are pretty good midfield choices. Why I have excluded Joelton is that Joelton is currently injured and he will be replaced by Willock. So please note that down. Willock will be playing in this particular game instead of Joelton, and Willock have actually scored goal in the last game for Newcastle United. So Willock is in a pretty good run of form, but when it comes to the EPL side, he is yet to provide an assist or even goal for Newcastle. On the other hand, Tonali is another key midfield choice of Newcastle. He can provide points for his defensive quality, and he have 1 goal and 1 assist in his name. Then Hall or Schär. Both are pretty good attacking defense of Newcastle. This Schär will be crucial in the set pieces. Schär have 2 goals in his name. On the other hand, Hall is a wingback who can provide assist for Newcastle, and Hall have 3 assists in his name. Now I'm going to provide you the combined key players of both Man City and Newcastle United. In the defensive choice, don't try to skip Guardiola from your side. Guardiola, Lewis or Stones will be key from Man City side. Hall and Schär will be the key from Newcastle side. And in the midfield, Foden, De Bruyne or Silva, Kovacic or Nunes will be the key for Manchester City side. Then Murphy, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali or Willock will be the key from Newcastle side. And in the attack, Haaland, Savinho or Mermoz along with Isak and Gordon will be the key players. And the goalkeeper choice, both of them will be pretty good in this particular game. Now I'm going to provide you the team predictions based on the several possible outcomes, and those outcomes will be Man City defeating Newcastle 1-0, Newcastle defeating Man City 1-0, then Man City defeating Newcastle 2-1 or 3-2 kind of a goal margin, then Man City and Newcastle ending up in a 1-1 or 2-2 draw, and finally Newcastle United defeating Man City 2-1 or 3-2 kind of a goal margin. The first scenario was City defeating Newcastle 1 goals to 0. You have to include all the 4 defenders of Man City in your Dream 11 side. Whoever is starting for City, it should be in your squad. In this particular scenario, what I am expecting is that since Nunes plays in the midfield and there won't be a defender, I have included only 3 defenders of Man City. And those will be Guardiola, Stones or Lewis along with Ake. And Hall will be the another defensive choice from Newcastle side. And the midfield, I go with Murphy or Willock, Bruno Guimaraes, Kovacic and Foden. And in the attack I go with Isak, Haaland or Marmoush. In that Haaland or Marmoush can be my captain choice. Foden can be my captain or vice captain choice. Stones or Lewis can be my captain or vice captain choice. And Guardiola can be my captain or vice captain choice. Now the next scenario where Newcastle defeating Man City 1 goals to 0. I have to include all the 4 defenders of Newcastle in my Dream 11 side. And I go with Hall, Burn, Schär and Trippier. And Guardiola will be the lone defender from Manchester City side. And the midfield I go with Foden, Kovacic, Bruno Guimaraes, Murphy or Willock, and in the attack I go with Isak. In this particular scenario, since Man City won't be scoring goals, I have excluded entirely Haaland, Marmoush and Savinho from my squad, since Newcastle will be scoring goals and Man City won't be scoring goals. And my captain choice will be Isak. Bruno Guimaraes can be my captain or vice captain choice. Murphy or Willock can be my vice captain choice, and Hall can be my vice captain choice. And if you like, Gordon can be an assist provider, you can include Gordon also, and you can pick him as a vice captain choice as well. Now the next scenario where Man City defeating Newcastle 2 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 2 kind of a goal margin, I'm gonna include only 3 defenders in this particular scenario. I go with Guardiola, Stones or Lewis along with Hall. And in the midfield I go with Foden or De Bruyne, Kovacic or Silva, Bruno Guimaraes, Murphy or Willock. And in the attack I go with Marmoush or Savinho along with Haaland and Isak. I have included Marmoush or Savinho. If both of them starts in this particular match, then you can lean more towards Marmoush, because I am hoping that Marmoush could score in this particular game. If Marmoush is not in the starting lineup, then you can go with Savinho. Savinho have the ability to provide assist for the goals scored by Haaland. That's what I am expecting. Okay, Haaland could be my captain or vice captain choice. Marmoush or Savinho can be my captain or vice captain choice. Foden or De Bruyne can be my captain or vice captain choice. Guardiola can be my captain or vice captain choice. Stones can be my captain or vice captain choice. In that, Bruno Guimaraes can be my vice captain choice and Isak can be my vice captain choice. Now we move on to the next scenario where Newcastle defeating Man City 2 goals to 1 or 3 goals to 2 kind of a goal margin. My team will be similar to my previous team. The defensive choice almost remains the same: Hall, Stones or Lewis along with Guardiola. And the midfield I go with Foden, Kovacic or De Bruyne, Bruno Guimaraes, Murphy or Bernardo Silva. And the attack I go with Gordon, Haaland and Isak. In this case, I am including Gordon and Isak, both the attackers of Newcastle in this particular scenario. And I am only going with Haaland as the lone attacker from Man City. And in this, Haaland can be my vice captain or captain choice. Isak can be my captain or vice captain choice. Gordon can be my vice captain choice. Bruno Guimaraes can be my vice captain choice. Kovacic or De Bruyne can be my vice captain choice. Foden can be my captain or vice captain choice. And Guardiola can be my vice captain choice. Now I move on to the next scenario where City and Newcastle ending up in a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. In this particular scenario also, my team will be similar to my previous team. I go with Hall, Stones or Lewis along with Guardiola. And in the midfield I go with Foden, Kovacic or De Bruyne, Bruno Guimaraes, Murphy or Tonali. And in the attack I go with Marmoush or Savinho, Haaland, Isak or Gordon. So this will be my key players for this particular scenario. In that, Isak or Gordon can be my captain or vice captain choice. Haaland can be my captain or vice captain choice. Marmoush or Savinho can be my captain or vice captain choice. Foden can be my captain or vice captain choice, and Guardiola can be my vice captain choice. As you can see that almost all the teams are having similar kind of a players, and I'm gonna switch between only the certain players. Foden, Bruno Guimaraes will be the must pick in the midfield option. And I'm going to switch between Kovacic, De Bruyne, Murphy, Tonali and Willock. These will be the 5 players which I'm going to switch between. And the attack, Haaland and Isak will be a must pick player, and I'm going to switch between Gordon, Marmoush or Savinho. In these 3 I'm going to pick only one, and the midfield, as I told you, in those 5 I'm going to pick only 2 players. So this will be my lineup, and based on the key players you can put the team as per the outcome that you predict. Now I'm gonna provide my personal prediction or my gut feeling for this particular match, and I'm expecting Manchester City to defeat Newcastle United 2 goals to 1. This is my personal prediction. Don't go with that. This is purely based on my gut feeling. You will have your own predictions in your mind. Please provide your predictions in the comments down below. But my prediction is that Manchester City will defeat Newcastle 2-1, where Guardiola and Haaland will be the goal scorers for Man City, and the assist will be by Foden and Savinho. And for Newcastle United, Murphy will score a goal and the assist will be by Hall. So this is my expectation, guys, and my team based on this particular expectation is Ederson in the goalkeeper. I go with Hall, Guardiola and Schär in the defense. My midfield is Foden, Bruno Guimaraes, Kovacic and Murphy. And the attack I go with Savinho, Haaland and Isaac. And in that, Murphy will be my vice captain choice and Guardiola will be my captain choice. Even though Manchester City will concede goal, I am expecting that since Guardiola can score goals, he can provide more points than any other player in the squad. So I am expecting Guardiola to score a goal. And in the Newcastle side, I am expecting Murphy to score a goal. This is very risky kind of a prediction. I know that you can even skip Savinho and you can include Gordon or even Marmoush instead of Savinho as well. That will be another option in this particular scenario. I have already provided the team for Manchester City defeating Newcastle United 2-1 or 3-2 earlier, and in that I have provided the substitute players that you can include instead of the main key players also. So based on that, you can put a team if you think that this will be the possible outcome. I hope that I have provided all the information that you need. Hope this video helps you to put the team. If this helps, please like, share and subscribe.